station 48. It's the voice of the Netherlands asking again for the QSL, and also QSLing at the moment Alpha 1 from England, I think. This morning a very good reception from Radio Atlanta. Wonderful, good, and you are the strongest this morning here.
Okay, Voice of the Netherlands, this is Alpha 1. Very good signal here, very good signal. Thank you for the report on that other station. And also, while you were on, or just before you were coming on, we caught Romeo 1. Romeo 1, who I think is an operator that I know. I'll say no more than that. We caught you there, but Voice of the Netherlands came right on top of you. So, Romeo 1, we did log you there, and we could read your signal. But unfortunately, you were right next door to the Voice of the Netherlands. I think we'll have to go in a minute, so we've been hogging it quite a lot, so we'll hand it back. Can we hand it to Radio Pamela for a final from them, or whatever? And we'll hand it over to Radio Pamela, who I think will be on 6209, so maybe the Voice of the Netherlands can listen out on 6209.
That's what power's running as well.
Yeah, maybe the voice, when the Voice of the Netherlands comes back, maybe he can tell us what power he's running. We're only running about 25 watts here from a soggy field, about to rain, so we'll be curtailing the transmission when the rain starts. So we'll hand it back to Radio Pamela, and maybe Radio Pamela can then hand it back to the Voice of the Netherlands. So we'll be listening out as well for any stations. Maybe we can have a 10-second, 20-second, 30-second break, and we'll all have a little listening around, and then when there'll be time, hand it back to Radio Pamela. Okay, this is Alpha 1, handed it to Radio Pamela. The 30-second break, we'll want to have a tune around.
Okay, greetings also to Radio Pamela on 6210. Hello, Steve. How are you doing? How are you feeling? About the sad news here on Atlanta Radio this morning. Sorry to hear, Steve, but good to hear you back on shortwave here on 6210. But a little bit weak the signal over here in Germany. Okie dokie, right. Radio Delta, 6207. Radio Delta from Southend. No problem here also. Okie dokie, right. This is Papa Radio 1 standing by. Papa Radio 1 standing by.
We've changed frequency. The reason being that, unbeknown to all of us, Radio Ryan have moved down from 6300 to 6290. Don't really know why, but don't want to be accused of interfering with them. Stafford had got to a completely different place in the band, but they haven't find us then, so hopefully you have found us. We moved down to 6280, and somebody's trying to tweak the rig up a bit there, but about to get a hefty shock. I think Phil Collins was about to kill himself then. Anyway, getting slightly wet around the bottom regions here, sitting on the wet grass. Let's bring a chair next time. Anyway, this is Alpha Radio. Thanks to the Voice of the Netherlands there. 300 watts, pretty hefty signal. And then after that we heard Papa Bravo 1, which might translate a bit like ours does into maybe PFBS, but we could be wrong on that. A good signal there anyway. Modulation not quite as good as the Voice of the Netherlands, but a pretty hefty signal. We have got to go.
Okay, greetings also to Radio Pamela on 6210. Hello, Steve. How are you doing? How are you feeling? About the sad news here on Atlanta Radio this morning. Sorry to hear, Steve, but good to hear you back on shortwave here on 6210. But a little bit weak the signal over here in Germany. Okie dokie, right. Radio Delta, 6207. Radio Delta from Southend. No problem here also. Okie dokie, right. This is Papa Radio 1 standing by. Papa Radio 1 standing by.
Papa 1, we've changed frequency. The reason being that, unbeknown to all of us, Radio Ryan have moved down from 6300 to 6290. Don't really know why, but don't want to be accused of interfering with them. Stafford had got to a completely different place in the band, but they haven't find us then, so hopefully you have found us. We moved down to 6280, and somebody's trying to tweak the rig up a bit there, but about to get a hefty shock. I think Phil Collins was about to kill himself then. Anyway, getting slightly wet around the bottom regions here, sitting on the wet grass. Let's bring a chair next time. Anyway, this is Alpha Radio. Thanks to the Voice of the Netherlands there. 300 watts, pretty hefty signal. And then after that we heard Papa Bravo 1, which might translate a bit like ours does into maybe PFBS, but we could be wrong on that. A good signal there anyway. Modulation not quite as good as the voice of the Netherlands, but a pretty hefty signal. We have got to go because otherwise we'll be sitting here all day long, and we've got to go anyway. So thanks to all of you anyway. I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Phil Collins. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. I don't know if this chat was serving. I'll go. I just thrust the microphone in front of somebody who's a pirate. I don't know. Anyway, best 73s to everybody. I'll hand it back over, hand the microphone just briefly back over to the station manager. I think this microphone's quite sensitive. I can hear him in my monitor. So, cheers everybody, 73s, and please QSL. I'll catch you again on Shortwave sometime. Voice of the Netherlands, briefly to you. Well, I have spoken to you before, but it was a long time ago. Okay. Yes, what's happened to the northeast of the Netherlands stations, like Houston and Ronnie Nolan, good friend of ours, is old Ronnie. He's still kissing around somewhere, I believe. So, enough from me, microphone back over to Mark briefly to close it down. Okay, thanks. I'd say hi to Romeo 1, who was on there briefly. Did log you. That was a bit brave of you, wasn't it? A bit daring. Don't do it too often. Because he was running live from the house. Naughty thing. Not like us out in the wet sitting on a pile of leaves. Anyway, this is about it. This takes me back to sort of 10 years ago when we used to do this sort of thing. With Stuart Clark. And if anybody knows Stuart Clark out there, by the way, I spoke to him about a week ago. He is alive and well and living in Ireland and not coming back to England, sadly. But I've got to say hi to Nigel. Nigel Roberts from Radio Utopia, who is again another person who's become live and active these days, and also Barry Stevens. Again, all the old timers are coming back to it. Once you get in your blood, you can't stop it. So this is it from Alpha 1. We'll go over and out now. We'll hand it over. It's going to go in. Then trust me, it's going to switch off in a minute. We'll hand it back to. Oh, that's it. We're going to hand it back to somebody. Radio Confusion, I don't think is live at the moment, or maybe, but somebody did say they heard him. But. Anyway, we're going to hand it back. Really, the one we should hand it back to is Delta Radio. I haven't had a chance to talk. So we'll hand it back to whoever is going to appear on 6211, either Delta Radio, or if not, if they don't appear, then Radio Pamela. So from us, it's over and out. Hello, wait a minute.
Hello?
We've got a big Dutch station here on in the fields.
You're blowing the crane driver.
Anyway, we've got to go. Okay. Over and out from Alpha Radio. I'm handing over to Delta Radio on 6211, or even, if they don't appear, it'll be Radio Pamela.
This is Pamela, 6210. Might change to 6300. If anyone else can hear me, let me know. We're standing by. Come on, live wire, if you're listening, get the rig on. Oh, incidentally, there's a hefty signal on the band. Around about 6288, around that frequency. I don't know if anyone is going to own up or sending something to me or getting ready to come on to QSL or something. Anyway, this is Pamela standing by. I don't know if anyone's trying to call me, but I heard the phone at the last minute. By the time I got there, it rang off. So if anyone was trying to call me, then ring again. If anyone's trying to call me, ring again. I'll be listening to the phone. This is Pamela standing by. We're still the same now. We're looking at 6,240 kilohertz, 24 hours a day, each and every weekend. The best in-house sound for 2 hours with my show.